So this webinar has been conducted by IFR UK, and we will be having the guest speaker with us, who is Dr. Noman Arshad from Sunway University, Malaysia. So till we are waiting for a few more members to join, I just want to share um, a little banner about our upcoming conference. So just give me a second. I believe Dr. Noman Arshad is here. Sir, are
Yes,
you
yes.
here? Okay, so you can do your introduction. Thank you so much, first of all, for joining us and for conducting this webinar. And yeah, if you can, please introduce yourself to all of the audience.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I'm going to share the screen first, and then I will start with the background, and then I will introduce myself along with it. So let me see where I can share. Yeah, I can share the slides. Can you see the slides here? Let me know.
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, so I will make it full screen later on. So I will start with the background that I am teaching in Sunway University, and my background is that I am expert in econometrics and programming. And in recent few months, I have got the training to how to optimize the use of AI in teaching and research. So the today's training that I am going to give is related to how to optimize your use of AI tools. Specifically, when you hear the word AI, you think about ChatGPT. Yeah, ChatGPT is also one of the AI tool. So how you use the AI tools efficiently in your work. So otherwise, what will happen is you will just put in garbage and it will give out garbage. So that's why the quality of work suffers when you don't know what should be the best way to use AI. So I will start with the slides, and hopefully, if you have any questions, you just write in the chat, and I will respond it. I will try to respond during my explanation. And if they are different to what I'm telling, then I will stop somewhere and try to answer it. So let me share the screen. So let me know if you are able to see the shared screen.
It's blank, sir.
Yeah, it's loading up because there are two screens, so it's loading. Yes, now you can see.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
see
we can
it.
see. Yeah. So the topic of today's presentation or the discussion is prompt engineering for AI-based research enablement. So the term prompt engineering, I will explain it later on. So in short, it means how to talk to large language models like ChatGPT, Claude, DeepSeek, and any other model that you try to use. There are many that are available. So there's no excuse that we don't have the paid version, because if you know the different types of large language models, and if you use all of them, you can use the free version for all of them every day, and you don't have to pay. So this way you can still use it without buying the full version. Okay, so let's start. So I will start with the evolution of technology intervention. Um, I got this picture from World Economic Forum that talked about how technology evolved over time from first industrial revolution uh, till the recent times. So what you have noticed is that from Industry Revolution 1 to Industry Revolution 4, Industry Revolution 3, there was only a linear innovation and there was a linear growth. But from 3 to 4, there was expansion, and then from 4 onward, there is an exponential innovation. The exponential innovation means that you notice the revolutionary changes in every department uh, of life. Okay, so uh, this is the role of technology innovation 4.0. Okay, so you can see the and then it's this innovation is also known as disruption. Disruption means that it is changing the way it was previously done. It is making the existing methods redundant. It is pushing the existing method useless. Means, for example, you were used to write your introduction by reading 50 articles. You are doing thesis, reading 100 articles. Now AI can help you to write the same amount of words without technically reading all of the articles. You can select the good articles, but you technically don't have to read all of them. Yeah, and you have to verify later on, but it will reduce the time to synthesize the existing information. Previously, we used to synthesize the information manually. Now we have another layer of AI tools that can shorten the synthesis process. And if you know the context, you can do it quickly. Okay, so we are experiencing an exponential growth in technology, which is being used in our daily lives. So I have explained this diagram. So machines are for higher standard of living. The evolution of technology was initially intended to increase the total productivity of labor and capital in the conventional economic growth models. But recently, we have witnessed that there is an increase in demand of technology related to commodities as compared to labor demand that firms would create because of technology oriented product innovations. Our education system has continued a conventional means of learning while computers are improving daily. So it means that humans are hooked to use of technology for consumption purposes like mobile phone, internet, social media, smart apps, smart decision making tools for consumption purposes, not for productivity purposes. While on the other hand, machines are learning, means they are learning how to do the repetitive work that humans do efficiently. So what will happen is the gap between the efficiency ability of humans and the machine efficiency ability of machines will close down very quickly unless we know we need to find out what we can do. So if we think about that, the chat GPT. So it so if you have any question, please let me know. I thought there's a question. So if you think that ChatGPT was introduced in 2023 in the December, even I knew about it in 2023, but the large language models were actually started in 1967, and there was first model ELIZA, then in 1970, then 1980, then 1988, then there is 1997, then 2017. First GPT-1 was in 2018, then GPT-2 in 2019, GPT-3 in 2020, and then GPT 3.5, and then this GPT 4, and now GPT 5, and then we are listening that there will be more versions in the future. So it means the evolution of large language model is not very recent. There was research going on historically, and many um, researchers are working on it. We only knew it recently. Why? Because we were not engaged in this kind of searching that what kind of tools are available for boosting our productivity. We were using conventional methods of research, and we were also being taught using conventional methods of teaching. So, especially only computer sciences people might know all these tools, but as a social sciences person or a business person, technically I can say that I only knew it since 2022. Not before that. I didn't never knew that the large language models were so old. So LLM, there are many models that are available. There are many models available like ChatGPT, that like Facebook's Meta, like DeepSeek, Gemini, and there are many more. I will show you that I have like 10 or 20 tools that we can use. All of them have some specialization, but if you know how to do right prompt, you can use one for all purposes, but some of them are very fine tuned. So it takes less time to get output out of it. Yes. Ms. Faiza, please let me know because I don't have
I
the
think, yeah,
chat.
someone's mic is on.
It's okay,
So,
but I don't have the chat. That
yeah, yeah,
I can see the people who are online. So let me know if somebody is raising hand or trying to ask. I will stop. Okay.
I will
Okay.
definitely. Thank you.
Okay. So let me come back. Yep. Okay. So we go forward to the next step. So now there is a small activity. So take a topic of study, tell ChatGPT, and so I will give you a topic, okay, and I will give you a task. Use any GPT that you use, maybe Claude or DeepSeek or any, but try to fill the task. I will give you 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, and you give me feedback in the chat, and then I will talk about it, how you use it. So let's say that you have been given a task that you have to write the mission and vision statement of a university, and you only know the functionality of the institute, you know the history of the institute. So let's say I have given you this mission vision statement of Sunway University, okay, but you don't know this paragraph, but you have to recreate it using ChatGPT. So open any tool, Copilot, Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, any, and try to write a prompt to ChatGPT and try to create this paragraph without actually copying this paragraph. And then after 5 minutes, just write your prompt and write your output in the chat. And then I will see what was the outcomes, and then we will discuss, and then I will move forward. From here, I will find out what are the gaps, or if somebody already knows more than me, and then we will learn from him also. Or if there are any gaps, I will theoretically explain why the gaps were there. Okay, so you have 5 minutes. The task is you have to recreate this paragraph without actually pasting this paragraph in the chat gpt. You just write your prompt in chat gpt to maybe write me a mission and vision statement, any way that you usually use, and try to create a paragraph, and then let's see what you get. So I will continue in 5 minutes. So I will mm, close my mic for 5 minutes.
Excuse me, Dr. Noman.
Yes,
Are
yes.
we supposed to create a vision mission statement regarding Sunway University or, I mean, any university?
uh, any university, no problem. But since this statement has a Sunway name in it, so you can just say, write me a mission vision statement for Sunway University.
All right. All right.
The advantage of naming it, because the chat GPT or other GPTs also have the access to internet. So when you name the Sunway, it will also access online and maybe gather some relevant information that is useful. So if you don't name it, then the chat GPT will be blank for which you are trying to write. You also share your prompt also that you mentioned to the ChatGPT so that we can see what you told, what you requested the ChatGPT and what they you got. Okay, we should move forward. So those who have tried it, kindly share. I will discuss and then we will move forward. Okay.
Dr. Noman, I have forwarded you the what I have written in the chat GPT.
Yes, yes,
You may.
I'm looking.
Okay.
The share the answer also.
All right.
Okay, let's move forward. Thank you. I will now, in the next slide, I will discuss something about it. So first thing about it is that you already tried the prompt. So the first question is, what is the university dedicated to? And what were the core values of the Sunway University? And by holding the core values, Sunway University supports discovery, advancement, transmission, and application of knowledge that meets the needs of. So, without opening the previous slide or looking at the answer, can you give me this answer? So this is just a check that once this, if you don't remember the answer, it means that the major gap is here. The gap is when you are trying to create something from ChatGPT, the context is very important. When you give the context, these questions are actually context because all the answers of these questions are available in this statement. So yes, in reality, you will not have this statement, but in reality, you will know from the meetings with your board of directors, meeting with your team members, meeting with past efforts on making the mission and vision, what are the major crux that we need to add in the prompt. So this is the first major thing that I wanted to give as a reflection that whenever you try to use any prompt in the chat GPT or DeepSeek or any tool, context is very important. Everything ChatGPT can do, it cannot guess the context. So the more detailed the context is, more quality of output that you will get. Okay, so I will give you more examples of context in the coming slides. Okay, so let's move forward. So first point is what is meant by prompt engineering. Okay, let me set it up. Yeah, so what is meant by prompt engineering? So prompt engineering is the practice of designing and optimizing prompts to effectively communicate with AI systems like ChatGPT, DAL-E, and Claude, or there are many others, to generate desired outputs. It involves crafting structured instructions, adding context, iterating on phrasing to minimize AI performance, to maximize AI's performance for specific task. So technically, AI has infinite words that it can throw. So you have to reduce the likelihood of irrelevant words that ChatGPT will throw to you. So what you can do is that you try to give a context so that it stays within that limit. So I will give you more examples on that. Okay, so what are the key features of prompt engineering? It will increase the precision, the ability to create prompts that minimize ambiguity. It will give something that is more relevant. Adaptability, tailoring prompts to fit different AI models and use cases. So it will fit to the case that you are trying to do. It's a mathematical derivation, or it's a Python code, or it's a writing theoretical model, or it's writing introduction. or any relevant style that you focus. Iterative process, testing and refining prompts for improved results. So in prompt engineering, we do these three things. We improve the precision of the prompt, we make it adaptable, and then iterative process, and then add in the domain specific expertise, means applying prompts effectively in fields like education, research, marketing, and more. So that's what prompt engineering do. So it helps us to do this thing. And last, as collectively, it makes us, uh, prompt engineering helps us to create something which is recreatable or replicatable. If we don't have a good prompt every time. So for example, I have two examples in the chat. The quality of good prompt is that if you copy this prompt and close the chat GPT and open it again and ask it again, it should give same answer. By definition, it will never give same answer, but it should be close enough. So a good prompt means every time you ask, answer should not be structurally different. It is replicatable. So that's why we do prompt engineering, so that our answer is um, consistent. Whenever we ask, anytime we ask, any tool we use DeepSeek, we use Claude, we use Copilot, we use ChatGPT, anyone. Okay, so that's the purpose. Now we start with what are the things that we can ask to ChatGPT. There are 15 major groups. You can use any one of them, or you can make a mixture in your prompt. First is direct instruction. Point number one, direct instruction. You straightway say, write me a paragraph, or write me a letter, or write me a cover letter, or write me summarize this paragraph. Second is specific contextualization. Provide me detail, means you upload an article and ask him to summarize. Provide insights on so any topic. You give him a background that I want to write on role of AI in Islamic finance. So you give him a context and then it will talk about it. Second is comparative analysis. You compare two things. So I want to compare the role of AI in conventional and Islamic financing. So it will compare. Third is, fourth is scenario, creative scenario testing setting. Imagine and describe a fictional scenario. For example, imagine a future where humans colonize Mars. Describe the societal challenges. So you give a scenario which may not exist right now, that you can give. Fifth is role play and simulation. For example, you are an historical figure, write a letter expressing your thought as on a modern technology. So that's a role play. Okay. Then there is progressive inquiry, part number 6. Example, start with basics of neural networks and delve into advanced applications. Means you can just say, I wanted to give a lecture on introduction to Islamic finance. So start with basics and make a 3-hour lecture. So it will make it complicated till you give him a last point also. So it will make a progressive lecture. Okay. Point number 7, temporal sequence request. So chronologically narrate major events leading to industrial revolution. So it will, we also call it genealogical analysis. Write the historical events that lead to today's situation. Type number 8 is opposing viewpoint. Argue against the mainstream view on the impact of climate change. So you can just say, I have written this theoretical model, counter argue with it and give me another viewpoint. Point number 9, problem solving framework. For example, explain how to troubleshoot common software bugs. So it will give you some step-by-step flowchart. Okay, or maybe give me some checklist that I can use to see the risk management of any or risk level of any Islamic contract. So it will give you a flowchart that check this first, that check this first, check this first. Point number 10, multi-turn conversation. So it's also called so stimulate a dialogue between a student and a teacher discussing quantum physics concepts. So you can just tell ChatGPT that take two roles and then communicate with each other and synthesize the discussion. So it will it will be like a role play, but there are two roles. So and they talk to each other. Then 11 is conditional scenario. For example, describe a potential outcome if renewable energy sources are widely adopted within a decade. What will happen if 100% is renewable energy? What are the other challenges? You can talk like this. Point number 12, personalized inquiry. Okay. Share your thought on specific topic, drawing from your own experiences and opinions. So you give him a role and then you talk about it. So you can just say, you can give him a theoretical perspective and then tell him to explain it further. Or what I usually do is, um, I get a data analysis outcome. I just tell that this variable has a negative effect, but it is opposite to expectation. Give me your viewpoint, how or when it can be possible or not. So it's like personalized inquiry. Point number 13, future prediction. Envision the technological landscape and societal changes in next 50 years. So if you just talk about the future, how the chat GPT will replace the jobs. So you can ask about that. Point 14, meta instructive prompts. Generate a prompt that effectively encourage um, creative storytelling for future technologies. Okay, so what it is talking about? So it is saying that how it's a prompt to create prompts. So you can tell ChatGPT to write me a prompt that can do this. So this is a way to. I will give you example for that in very detail later on. Okay, now let's move forward. And then the 15th is abstract concept clarification. Clarify the concept of machine learning in simple terms, non-technical audience. So you give ChatGPT the audience type and give a topic, it will convert into that audience type. Maybe means that you give a lecture note and tell him that I want to present it to medical students. So convert the jargon in that terminology. So these are 15 major functionalities that you can do with ChatGPT. There are few more that have evolved later on. I will show you them later on, but it doesn't mean that in your prompt any one you should use. You can use multiple, but more you use, more complicated your prompt will become and longer it will become. What I usually do is my prompts are usually 1 page. What I do pre-research on what should be included in the prompt, what kind of output that I need, and what is helpful for my future work. Means sometimes you don't need direct output. You might need a synthesis. You might need a prediction. So you need to understand what will help you so that you can use that technique in your prompt. Otherwise, same prompt cannot help everyone. Means if you have a good prompt, you share it to your colleague, it might not be helpful for him because he might be skilled in some other aspect. Okay. So I will give you more examples on this. So these are the theoretical differences. Next is how does it work? How does prompt work? First is that the prompt biases the AI response towards the target output. So when you give a prompt, it is designed to get expected outcome, expected response. That expected response is your target outcome. And you try to make AI's output biased towards your output. Otherwise, AI output is random. If you talk to ChatGPT, it will give you random answer. But your prompt will bias the answer towards your output. So the good quality prompt operates as a control signal that biases the probabilistic language model response generation towards specific domain like Islamic finance, specific tone like academic, specific perspective like talk about future opportunities in Islamic finance when there is AI. So you add three things. By crafting a precise and context rich prompt, the user steers the AI to generate output that reflect the nuances of desired outcome, thereby minimizing irrelevant and undesired information. So you reduce the randomness of the output because you want to make it replicatable. So a good prompt will make it biased, the output biased. It usually the word bias means bad, but here it means it is relevant to what you need, not equal to random. Second function, uh, prompts act as a constraint or a torture mechanism. So, technically terms, prompt can be linked to a regularization method that constrains the extensive and general purpose nature of language models. So, it will place boundaries around the expected outcome of language model. It will tell him that don't go beyond these boundaries. So, the metaphor torture reflects that the iterative process of fine tuning prompts to apply maximum logical, contextual, and semantic pressure on the model. So you're trying to fix ChatGPT a certain subject so that it will give you best possible relevant words. Third is quality prompt reflects input design. So a good prompt means good homework, good contextual background, good subject knowledge. Okay, so effectiveness of prompt directly proportional to its quality as it encapsulates humans' understanding of both the task requirements and AI's operational tendency. You know what you need and you know what AI can give. So your prompt will include both of things. A poorly designed prompt might lead to underspecified outputs or hallucinations, whereas a high quality prompt demonstrates user ability to torture or refine the model to provide specific and high fidelity responses. Means it will stay within the limit and it might not be very long answer, but very relevant answer. Next is aligning AI's probabilistic space to human intent. Our prompt transforms the user intent into a probabilistic framework that AI can navigate. By narrowing down the immense latent space in the model, the prompt ensures that AI converges to a subset response aligned with human expectation. So AI can write anything, but your prompt will narrow it down to thing that you need. So that's the purpose of prompt. So first method of writing prompt is self-iteration method. You improve it yourself or you use the help of ChatGPT. So you write initial raw prompt. You write your initial idea that I wanted to create a summary document that I need to use for certain presentation. And then you ask ChatGPT as a prompt engineer to review the prompt and optimize by asking questions before proceeding to its execution. Means it is called reverse prompting, that you give an initial prompt and ask ChatGPT to ask me questions so that you can understand what I need, and then you improve the prompt and then execute. I will give you its example later on. Okay, so this is the first method when you don't know how to ask to ChatGPT, but you know the context. So context is more important than the use. So if you don't know the context, unfortunately, ChatGPT might misguide you. So the context here means is that the subject jargon, the theoretical boundaries, the theoretical lens, the sample boundaries means are you doing work on Pakistan or Malaysia or panel data or time series, what kind of assumptions that you are using. So it will limit the output. Okay, so when you're starting to write prompts, there are some popular prompt structures. If you remember any one of them, then you will be very comfortable in writing good prompts. So first is RISE, means you give role, instructions, steps, and example. So I have written one example here. Second is CIDI, context, instructions, details, and insights. So I have given example here. Then PQRF, problem, question, role, and format. Then there is TACS, topic, audience, constraints, structure. Example is here. Then SPEC, specificity, purpose, example, constraints. The example I have shared. ACDQ, act, context, depth, and questions. Example is here. And then there is create. I usually use this one. It is character, request, example, adjustment, and type of output, and some extras. So character means you give a role, and then request means what you need, and then example means you provide an example. Adjustment means what you need to change in the example. Type of output means do you need a paragraph? You do need a bullet point? Do you need slides? Do you need a flow chart? What do you need? Okay. Yeah, I will share the slides. I will share at the end. Okay. So usually I use the create one because this word is easy to remember. Create. Other words, first one is easy to remember, but it has one less step. Create has two extra steps, and it's more adaptive because the extras means you can write anything extra that you want in this. Okay. So I will give you the slides. You can adopt any. The examples are here for each type. Uh, but from where I learned the create one because it has more options. Okay, but it will take more time to write if you use this one. Now, what are the four steps? I already discussed the types, so you can see like that there are five major things in the prompt. First, the role. You have to tell who is the chat GPT. Is he a researcher? Is he a layman? Is he a philosopher? Is he a critique? Who is he? Then give a context. Which field? Is it digital marketing? Is it Islamic banking? Is it qualitative research? Is it economics? You give a context. Then example, you maybe give some theoretical theories that you want to use, some research problem that you already know you want to give. Style, you want professional, friendly, formal, informal. Format, you want bullet points, you want 200 pages, you want 20 pages, you want 10 words. If you don't say the format, it will write in bullet points and it will be maximum 300 words. So if you want to write more, you have to tell him. Okay. So so you will get the slides and hopefully you will also get the recording so you can cover those who are joining in between, you can cover. And then you can also practice. I will give you some practice topics also. Another word, there are many complicated prompts. There are two tools available online. One is called AIRPM. If you install it, it will go into your chat GPT. It will come within your chat GPT, and when you fill that form, it will create the prompt for you. So it is a prompt plugin. And there is a prompt genie, that is a Internet Explorer plugin. If you install it, and then when you give your details to prompt genie, and it will tell you how to write that prompt, and then you use the prompt in ChatGPT. So these are some tools that can help you to write complicated. So what's the purpose? I already told you how to write the prompt, but there are some prompts that are specific. For example, there's a difference between writing a prompt for a research paper and a book. There's a difference in writing a prompt for making a lecture notes or making a slide. So what are the subtle differences? These two tools can tell you what you need to write. Okay. Or if you are experienced, then you can write it yourself. But there are many other, what you call it, sample prompts are there if you want to write something innovative. Now, what are some advanced prompts that you can use? Okay. First is the Kepner, Trigo problem solving and decision making prompt. So there's an example here. So it's some researcher gave some way that you just tell. There's some framework that used to solve the problem. So you use that framework for your work. So this example is here. So you are an expert in that niche and you are a coach in that subject. I am giving a problem. Uh, Help me analyze the problem using Kepner Trigo framework. Those who have studied it, they will know what does it mean. The issue involves describe the problem. Start by assisting me in appraising the situation to identify main concerns and prioritize them. And then guide me through the defining the problem clearly, analyzing potential causes, and evaluating alternative solution. Finally, let us discuss how we can anticipate and mitigate the future problem. I want you to solve the how to solve. Give an example. So this is one problem solving philosophy given by Kepner and Trigo, and you tell ChatGPT to use that method. Next is root cause analysis. We already know it's very popular. So you give the problem, it will make a fishbowl bone diagram and it will tell you the root cause of the problems. Then is six thinking hats. It's very popular nowadays. You're an expert in this domain. I am mention the problem. Guide me through six thinking hats method to solve the problem. The problem is this. Let's start with the white hat that focus on facts and information. Switch to red hat that explores the feelings and emotions. Black hat identify the potential risk. Yellow hat find the positive outcomes. Green hat generate the creative solution. Finally, blue hat manage our thinking process and summarize. So it's like six people with different functionalities and they're contributing to synthesize the answer. Design thinking. Those who are in management, they know. I have given an example. Then SWOT analysis. Those who are in business and management studies, they know what is SWOT analysis. So it will use that method. PDCA cycle, plan, do, check, and act. So this is another process that you can use. Lean Six Sigma. So it's another method that you can use to get the solution. Fishbone diagram, Ishikawa method. So you can use this to find the answer. And then there is 8D problem solving. So you're an expert in that coach. I want to solve this problem. Guide me through 8D problem solving process to address the complex issue. The issue is describe the problem. First, keep me establish a diverse team with the right knowledge and skills. Then clearly describe. So it gives you eight steps. Those who know the 8D problem solving, they will know. Then there is a trees theory of inventive problem solving. So these are trees method that you can use in the prompt. So these are some complicated prompts, but they are usually used in real time complicated problems, not very small problems. You might end up overkilling the issue if you use them, but they can be used. I think they will be very effective if you use them in business problem solving or pitching a business solution. Okay. Now we go move forward. So there are some 100 chat GPT tips. So there are some shortcuts what to ask. So when I give you this prompt, you can see in detail. I can try to zoom in. When you get it, you can read it. It's not readable. So these are some shortcuts how to write a prompt in shortcut. For example, convert text to table. So it means you write a paragraph, it will convert it into a table. So it's a short prompt for a long process. So there are other examples here. Okay. And then we move forward. Next is literature review prompt. Those who are wanting to do a literature review, you can use this prompt. But you when you are doing for research, you need to be careful that ChatGPT is not an alternative to human thinking and human synthesis, human ability to do synthesis. You can get output from ChatGPT, but it should be for learning purposes, not as an alternative to do your work. So I usually do is I get the output and use it as as a tool. So I will share some tools. And now I'm going towards professional promptings that you can use. So when you talk about the word tool means a short tool. It can be consensus, it can be illicit, it can be any other tool, but all of them use the large language models like ChatGPT. So if you know a good prompt, you can get the same output from simple ChatGPT also rather than using a professional tool. So first is I will first give you this. First, I will get all of the points here. Then I will talk to you about it. So those who have seen ChatGPT, now you can create your own GPT within ChatGPT. Okay. So what you can do, you can open ChatGPT and create your new GPT. You can call it Literature Review GPT, and it will be your personal GPT tool. What then you can do is you just add this statement that whenever I upload any paper, you extract me this information from the paper. So what you will do, you create a GPT which does this function. First, it will make a table of all this information. Okay, if they are available, otherwise it will be not specified or empty box. So let's say I found 20 articles that I need to do a literature review. I will create my own GPT using this prompt, and then I will upload the 20 articles one by one in the GPT, and it will create a table which will give me this information. Yeah, you can reduce some bullet points if you want, or you can add more specific ones that you need. Maybe you want some specific answer. For example, you are doing work on role of A variable on B variable. So you can add a bullet point that what was the stance of that article on explaining A effect on B. Or if it's a theoretical or discussion paper, what was the definition of A variable proposed by the study? So you can use that. Okay. So this prompt can be used for you to create a tool in ChatGPT if you have the paid version. Otherwise, you just upload this and say that you use the first line that I will upload a paper and give this prompt. It will just summarize the paper, but it has some limitation that it will not. You have when you upload the second paper, it will make a separate table. You have to merge them manually. Then it will not explore across the papers. Next is you can. I have seen some people that they make a prompt in a way that if they tell ChatGPT that you are my PhD student. Now, whatever I tell you, you create a thesis out of it. Means you extend it and create a paper or do something. So the prompt can be context that you are a PhD student in this topic, conduct a literature review, you want to identify core theories, models, and conceptual framework. And so what are the instructions? You give him details. Then whatever you say, it will start working. Okay. So if you use simple tool, if you use simple ChatGPT, it will only work when it is open. But if you make your own GPT, even if you close the ChatGPT, it will still work, and when you open it again, the answer will be there. Okay. One time, what I did that I gave a prompt that you have to summarize this article in this method, and then I uploaded 50 articles, but it was taking like 20 minutes for each article because the prompt was very detailed. Because it was my GPT, I closed the chat GPT, and then next day when I opened it, the summary for all 50 articles was already done. Means it was doing it offline, means doing it on the internet. So that's why we call it agentic AI. When you create an agent, uh, you can use. I will share you the prompt for literature review. For the literature review, the context is very important. For example, here this is not a context. This is the structure that I need this. But if you don't give him the context, ChatGPT will hallucinate. It will guess what the article is saying because for the most of the articles, ChatGPT cannot access the full version. It will only read the abstract and guess what the article is saying. That's why I will give you example of the context. So this example that I talked, that this is the foundation of agentic AI, that you create an agent which has one function. Okay, so then you can make an agent or a prompt that write your research proposal. So you give him structure that I need a title, introduction, all of these things. And then this is an example. So it will give you a research proposal. But all of these things technically are structure. You need to give a context. Context should come in this paragraph. And usually um, the students that nowadays are using ChatGPT, they are very good in writing structure, but they are not very good in writing context, because for the context you need to be good in subject. You have experience of reading books, reading articles. Those who don't do this, they don't have very good contextual knowledge. And what will happen is they will believe what ChatGPT is saying, and they will write that as it is, and maybe in reality that is does not exist. So they are defending something which is logically not possible, but verbally you make it possible by adding some twisted references which might not actually have said that thing, because we don't know. We have no. The major problem in literature review is that even supervisor does not read the articles that are cited, so he doesn't know if the literature review is actually correct. It might be just biased interpretation of literature review. So that problem can come. Next is, if you are a businessman, you wanted to start a business, so ChatGPT can help. You discuss, talk to ChatGPT first and ask him that make a list of good business ideas, and you can maybe narrow it down to your domain, like I am in e-commerce, or I am in marketing, or I am in finance. Narrow my topic down to certain field, and then use that. Tell him to write a prompt for that idea. So when you get the idea, use the Claude.ai to ask to complete code for that app. Maybe your idea is to write a mobile app, or make a web page, or make a software, and then you create a prompt for that software in ChatGPT, and then use that in Claude to write a code. It's not necessary that you use Claude. You can use ChatGPT also, because the latest version of ChatGPT is also very good for coding. And I've heard that the latest version of Gemini is very good in making new softwares, because it will do it all for you. So once the program is developed, and you can convert it into, go to Celebi.io, another website which will make you a scheduled marketing tool process, that how will you market this app, and then you follow the process, and it will, your software will be distributed in the market appropriately. So this is another way to find an idea. Some take home activities. First is, if you, how to understand that the prompt is not good, that is that, can you improve it, or do you know something that you know but ChatGPT has not mentioned? Means that ChatGPT technically has not improved anything, not improved your knowledge. So it means prompt is poorly written. So you can you can do activities that you explain the background in detail. Okay, you follow some strategy so that you can structure it properly. You use the revised prompt and see if the results are improved. So this is one thing. Sometimes you use it, but you are not happy with the answer. So what you can do is you add a context, make it structured, and then recheck. So for example, act as so if your prompt is tell me about history of Kashmir. So it does not know what kind of history. So act as a historian and summarize the causes and outcomes of French Revolution. So you contextualize it or give a role properly, then it will improve. Second example is match the prompt strategy. Identify which prompt strategy was used. Means if you find a good prompt, as an example online, you identify its structure and then try to follow. Okay, activity is that, let's say there's this prompt, and then you convert it into you have a look which type of prompt it is. Is it the rise or create or what type? So this way you will learn that what new things that person has tried in his prompt. Last example is create a prompt for a scenario. Develop an effective prompt based on real world scenario. What can be scenario? Your company wants to launch a AI powered chatbot for customer service. Develop a prompt to generate FAQs for chatbot. So act as a customer service expert, create a list of top 10 FAQs for a chatbot in the e-commerce sector, include concise, friendly, and responses for each question. So this can be your prompt example solution. Next type is analyze the results of a prompt. Test your prompt and evaluate the output. So provide the participant with pre-written prompt and AI generated response, a case in which is already given you. So we have already done in the start. So is the output aligned with the prompt? How prompt can be improved? Encourage the discussion and share insights. So you discuss or you do your you think on it that what more you needed in the output. So that you need to include in your prompt. So now these were my slides, but I will now open one of the prompts that I have developed over the different trainings that I did. It's more structured. It's very big. It's not necessary that it will be helpful for you, but it has included many important parts that helps you to remove the hallucination, remove the AI, minimize the AI from the write-up. Yes, technically you cannot minimize, you cannot 100% remove the AI. You can reduce a little bit, then you have to rewrite it yourself. Technically, any prompt, there is no prompt that exists that you use and the output is AI free. It's not possible because everything that you get from ChatGPT, it has some signals that Turnitin picks up and you cannot remove. So only way is you learn from the output and write it yourself. Even if you use the humanizers, so Turnitin can pick from the humanizers also. So let me bring the file up. Let me stop share. So I will share this example and let me know what do you think about this example. So this is one prompt that I developed by integrating different forms of prompts over time. Okay, and this prompt is designed in a way what I need to improve my writing quality, writing speed, and efficiency. Not about cutting corners that I just get the output and copy paste and submit, because any output is not AI free and I cannot hide behind it that today even if it is AI free today, in the future Turnitin will update their algorithm and it will become again AI based. So I cannot excuse that I don't know. So the purpose of prompt is to get an output that will assist you in your work, not to copy paste. So in this example, it will be this example. So this example is giving you insight of how I designed this prompt. And you can see the red words. The red words are the variable names that I usually change. Other things are constant. So technically it means I usually use it to write the introduction of a research paper. So usually because my research papers are quantitative in nature, so I will have a dependent and independent variable. So my context form. So I will first of all show you the labels. So you can see this part is the context. This part is a structure and some context also. Another detailed context. And this is reverse prompting. A role that is given to ChatGPT. Some more context. The use of jargons that I need. Detailed structure. restriction number 1, restriction number 2, restriction number 3, restriction of detailed role, and restriction number 4. So I will read it, okay, and we hope you will understand the structure. So I will also show the output, what I got after this. So I'm going to develop a professionally copy edited introduction. So it explains the quality of the write-up. On linking agriculture emissions with food vulnerability, so two variables, where food vulnerability has a U-shape effect. It means I have given expected outcome because I have already done the analysis. I'm going to estimate the effect of the moderator. I'm introducing another variable like environmental patents. So it's a third variable. The results are attached and learn the claims in the introduction means I've attached the output with some interpretation and some logics that I wrote myself or maybe searched on Google. And then this is some context that is attached in as a Word file. The data is in panel data, so it knows that I don't have to go to any specific country context. Write a high quality 3000 word introduction. So it means it will write me a 3000 word document. Usually, if you don't tell, it will only write 300 something words. Okay, and which includes background, theoretical linkage, by only linking 2 or 3 relevant theories, which can be verified by past literature, and then provide problem statement. It means there are 3 things here: background, theory, and problem statement. And then I also limited that I only need 1 or 2 theories, not make me list of 10 theories, because the journals only prefer 2 to 3 theories. So I stick between 2 theories and then I add on 1 more theory if my results are not aligning to the theory. So I add 1 more later on, but I usually stick to 1 or 2 theories only. That is the requirement by good journals. Then the document should discuss theoretical linkage between the variables. Okay, this is also context. Now, ask me enough questions until you have 100% understood my problem. So this is example of reverse prompting. So I am telling ChatGPT that don't straight away start giving answer. Ask me questions for clarity. Once you are clear, then give me answer. So what does happen is that it will make the output more relevant, because ChatGPT will clarify if there are more than one possible answer. It will ask you which one you want. I will give you example. Become a devil's advocate in the domain of that subject. So devil advocate means that he will try to justify everything that the theory that you fix above. It will ask you the theories and then it will try to stay between the theory. Explain how the variable has the influence on this variable generally and theoretically. So it will not talk about any specific country because I said panel data. That's why I'm saying generally and theoretically, not time series ways, and why it is in Pakistan, why it is in Malaysia. A result should be U-shaped, while moderators expected to flatten. So it's just some results. I need to identify directly. I no need to directly iterate the independent variables, rather connect them at a philosophy and theory level. So this is another way to clarify structure, that no need to directly say what are my independent variables, but theoretically link it. You need to draft the introduction, consist of background, theory, problem in a paragraph format. This is the structure. Then next are the restrictions. First is include citation after double checking. So only include those references which you can verify that they are available online. So it will 99% remove all those references which are hallucinated, fake references. So 99% chance that there will be no fake reference in your document. Avoid using words like delve, integrate, realm, which are very common for ChatGPT. Randomize between long and short sentences, just like humans do. ChatGPT does not randomize. It has a consistent length of a sentence. Avoid using these M dashes that are some possible qualities of ChatGPT writing. Never present. Another thing, minimize the use of present participle phrases. So ChatGPT usually write in this way. It writes a sentence and add a comma and then explain the sentence. So this method is called present participle phrase. So I tell him that don't use. Just break it down into two sentences. Then I'm going to remove the hallucination. Okay. ChatGPT, the paid one has a attachment option available. If there is no, then just paste your output at the start of the prompt and make your prompt bigger. Okay. Never present. So now we are trying to reduce the hallucination. Never present generated, inferred, speculated, or deducted content as a fact. I am restricting ChatGPT. Then don't give any guess thing as a fact. Ask for more clarification if the information is missing. Don't guess. Do not guess or fill the gap. Act as an intellectual human being by challenging assumption and provide counterpoints. Test my logic, offer alternative perspectives, and always prioritize truth over agreement. So don't always agree what I'm saying. If there is a counter argument, ask me. And he will ask it here when I say him that you ask me question until you 100% understood. Okay. Build your write-up around the verified citations. So only build the write-up around what is available, not that guess, and then add a hallucinated reference. You have found for overall argument delivery. Provide the list of references at the end. So it will add the references at the end. Okay. So this prompt, if you use, technically this is designed for Claude, but you can use it in ChatGPT also. What I get from this is, I will show you one example. Let me close the share and then open the Claude. So I have technically 10 minutes. I will try to summarize, then we will open it for discussion.
And Dr. Numan, we have some of the questions in the chat box.
Yeah, I'm trying to answer that I noticed. For example, he talked about that you cannot upload the file. So what you can do is that you can add that output as a prompt. Just copy your output and put it in the prompt in commas. And then there is, I will share the details, anything there. And second is, yeah, so there are many tools that I try to answer. Can we use the literature prompt for? Yeah, you can use the free version. You can upload one article at a time and use the prompt again and again. But that prompt is very big. So I don't think you need everything in that prompt. You reduce it to the only relevant tools. Then there is a question about these are two. Please give me which is the best. Technically, all tools have are similar. Only difference is which tool has an access to internet, which tools has a latest LLM, which tools has a maximum ability. For example, if you use Grok or you use the Alibaba company LLM, its name is Quen. It has unlimited upload, means free version you can upload up till 10 articles. But in ChatGPT, you can only upload 3 to 4. In Claude, you can upload 1 or 2. So you need to see what kind of work that you need. Usually when I only need the write-up, I use Claude because it has very good English writing style. Even though I have to write it myself, but I learn some new English terminology or I improve my English. But if I need to do coding or a journal term, which I need everything, I use ChatGPT. Okay, that's the difference. What about the professional tools? It's about your context. So the more you are good in context, you are good in every GPT tool. You can go in any tool, get your relevant output. If you are not good in context, then I will give you one example today. So let me open. Simple. Yeah. So I will quickly go through it, and it might not be very easy to understand because the output will be very context specific, but I will show you how that I get the answers. So this is one of my discussion with Claude on quantile regression. So what I did, let me zoom it in that you can see. What I did, I gave him some abstract, some um, uh, my prompt. The prompt means the details in the background that I discussed with ChatGPT, and then I give these prompt that I showed you in my Word file. Then ChatGPT asked me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 5, 11, and some counter arguments. These are the questions. And if you read them, I will pause it here, or you can see in the recording. They are so technical that I thought that I am in a PhD defense. Means I'm presenting a PhD thesis, and they are saying I'm wrong. For example, saying that you have written this statement, that's very strong claim, and then it's giving a counter argument. Then it says that you have used a certain word, maybe, yeah, you have used this term, but it is conflating with other issues. So it is counter arguing, just like I am doing a thesis defense. So I was scared that the problem was that in Claude, after 5 discussions, it will say that by the registered version. I was scared that if I give the answers, the difficult answers, the Claude will stop and my effort will go waste. So I was scared, but these were very good. So I gave them answers. Question number 1, question number 2, 3 answers. Then it asked me again. It picked my arguments and said that it is not correct. And then it gave an argument that according to this theorem, it can also be true. So there another argument, but it is not exactly correct. And then, so it asked me 11 question again. Then I gave the answer, this answer. Then it asked me again questions. So it means the thing that I'm trying to write, it is improving multiple times because uh, there was something wrong in my argument and ChatGPT or Claude counter argued it. So it means it is improving the context, and it is also narrowing down what I wanted to do. So it is also asking me that you said this. So what is meant by this? So it's asking me what is a precise thesis, what I wanted to do. Is it this, or this? It gives me 3 ways. So is it empirical evidence? Is it a conditional analysis, or is it a genealogy? So I told him that actually it is first and second. Then he's asking what is meant by genealogy. Is it citation analysis, methodological evolution, theoretical evolution, development, or so that's the thing. So 3 times, and then I give an answer. Then it started giving me answer. Okay, so this way I do the introduction. Now there was another student asked me that how to do a literature review. So for that, what I do, when you do the introduction, you write another prompt. I will show you example here. So here I am writing the methodology because this paper was an SLR. So there's no need for introduction. So I told him that this is I found 123 studies. I uploaded the Excel file search query results. So just write me the methodology. And at so it wrote me the methodology. Yeah, then I told that based upon the above discussion. So literature review now it is at this stage is very easy because I have already developed a very rich context. The introduction with with after that there are 3-way communication with ChatGPT. Then I did methodology. Then I added some articles and said based upon the above discussion, these are few conducted brief literature review in a paragraph format using these studies, add citation, do the literature review. So it did a literature review for me, and then I improved it. I added that in that literature review, I need another, based upon the above understanding, I need a paragraph that explains the evolution of contra regression in the literature review using classical literature like Conacher and other studies. So I gave me another paragraph. And then I gave more details, and then I wanted to get another paragraph. So it gave me extended literature review. So this way you organically grow your work, and then you only grow up till your ability to rewrite and rephrase. Otherwise, if you get a 100-page document and then you don't have time to rewrite, then you cannot remove the AI from the document. So try to only expand the document up till you are able to minimize. Now, next point was that how to generate context. For one way is just talk to ChatGPT, just like a colleague, and that I want to do this work. What are the recent trends? What are the recent ways? Second way is go to illicit org. I will show you one or two because there are too many. So let's say here what you can do, just write this tool can you can do a systematic literature review if you have a full version, but it can do a good literature review if you know what you want to. So let's say I want to do role of a role of AI in achieving SDGs. So let's say this is my topic. First of all, it will assess the quality of this prompt. And then it will say me that you can improve using specificity. If I click it, you can see that the prompt has been improved. How artificial intelligence technology contribute in achieving specific sustainable development goals in low income countries. So it has improved its specificity. It, it targeted certain country or certain time, or it can be intervention focused. What are the potential mechanisms by which AI can support progress towards SDGs? And then you add specific SDG or measurement. To what extent AI driven solutions improve measurement outcomes across different sustainable development goals as compared to traditional approaches? So, this tool can help you to improve the initial prompt, but the slides that discussed today, they have already given you what are the things that you can use to improve the prompt. So what I believe is that the quality of prompt is more important, and within the quality of prompt, the context is more important. Other than that, there are many tools that can do the remaining part. Okay, so this was my uh, effort in helping you to understand how you can use this chat GPT to improve your research efficiency. Now, uh, you can ask anything. I'm here until the host allows us.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Numan. It's really a great pleasure to have you as a speaker today. So, if there are any questions, I'll open the chat. So you
All
can
right.
ask any questions if you have.
It's not the question, but a comment on this presentation. First of all, Dr. Noman, accept my heartiest congratulations
Thank
on
you.
such
Thank
a
you.
nice presentation. I have taken recently almost 5 to 7 workshops and webinars regarding AI engineering prompts and all about. But this one was I think the most comprehensive and most targeted,
Mhm.
as we were expecting
Mhm.
from you, mashallah.
Mhm.
And the next stage is that whatever we get from the chat GPT or Gemini,
Yes.
etc. So the main question is, we usually go for paraphrasing or humanizing that
Mhm.
text.
Yes.
So I always prefer to get the outlines
Yeah.
from the chat GPT or Gemini
Yes.
and try to write my own paragraphs
Yes. Yes.
Is that right, or
Yeah.
is there
So
any way to?
that's what I told earlier, that it's up to you what kind of output that you need that can help you in your writing. For
All
me,
right,
what I do is I get a paragraph and I just like do a proofreading and I just convert the sentence into my way of writing. So I
all right.
like that way. But if I get the bullet point, I can only from the bullet point, what I think you can only get the subject knowledge. But if I get a paragraph, I can also improve my English. That if I make a good prompt that has very good English, so it will improve your vocabulary. So that's why I focus on paragraphs so that it tries to give me some good idioms that I can use in future, some ways to explain. But if you are comfortable in that, you can get bullet points. No problem.
Okay, that means
But
that one should paraphrase the whole paragraph by his own words.
yes, it's not like Turnitin. It's not like similarity that you convert the synonyms and you will get the you will reduce the similarity. In AI, you have to change the way of argument delivery. Then you remove the AI. It's not like similarity. It's difficult to remove AI than similarity.
Okay, I recently checked that the Turnitin has extended the detection of AI tools, not only the AI detection,
Yeah,
but also the if you have paraphrased or humanized it,
yeah.
it also detect that
Yes. So
and
that's
highlight it.
why Turnitin also says that having high AI is not a crime. You should not punish the student because of that. Because in my university, our dean presented in front of whole university and he wrote a genuine paragraph himself and he uploaded in Turnitin and showed 100% AI. He says, see, I wrote in front of you original paragraph, no use of AI still, because there's no perfect way to detect AI. So there are some issues that if a person is very systematic in writing, very good in uh, punctuation, then it can still be counted as AI. So in Malaysia, many universities do not punish the student for high AI. They say that
That means in
there is no
in this
deduction of
case,
marks. Yes,
in this case, I think we should get the paragraph first from the chat GPT and then paraphrase it in our own
yes,
words.
yes, yes. So
All
uh,
right.
that's why the prompt that I showed you at the end, that prompt is designed in a way the help that I need, not the shortcut that I need.
All right.
I could have
All right.
written a prompt that write me a paragraph which has no similarity or which is equal to what I need. But the prompt that I designed is that is helping me as a intellectual. That's why it is more in depth. But it could be there are many other ways to write which can you just have to rephrase it, but it will not improve your learning. It will be just a document you have to rephrase.
Thank you so
Okay.
much, Dr. Numan. So there
Yeah,
is
there are
another
some questions
question
in
which
chat, so I will answer them one by one. So, for technically for bibliometrics, bibliometric is a coding algorithm. So, like you want to do a textual distance, you want to do keyword analysis, you want to do sentiment analysis. There are all bibliometric tools. For that, you just upload the article and tell ChatGPT to develop a code in Python or R to that does the bibliometric. So bibliometric is actually keyword frequency analysis. For SLR, usually the yes, yes. Okay, let me explain then. So for SLR, the original essence of SLR is you have to read the article, but the shortcut is you make a big enough prompt. Let's say, let me, if I can find an example. So first of all, I will also show you how many types of um, ChatGPT I have seen and I have saved them. So let me on the screen. So Technically, I use the Copilot, use Internet Explorer, not Claude, not the Chrome, because Copilot is already integrated with them. So when you search, you can search or you can ask Copilot directly. So, but how many GPTs I know? I can use DeepSeek, Gemini, Storm, Julius, Kimi, Grok, Quen, Copilot, ChatGPT, LangGraph, Anara, Computer X, Claude. So see how many are they. These are the ones that are big companies, but there are many small companies available. Okay, so let's come to ChatGPT. I can show you one prompt, one GPT that I already made. So if you go to, yeah, so personalized GPTs, see SLR assistant. This is when you go to GPTs in paid version, you can make your own GPT. What I did, I made a GPT and created a prompt that what that GPT will do. So in my SLR assistant, what I gave him, I cannot show you details here now. Let me see. Edit GPT. So let me see if I am able to show you. So if I go to configure, yeah. So what I did, I uploaded 3 articles which explain how to do SLR. So these are high quality papers published in recent journals that are explaining the process of SLR. And then I created a prompt that use the following articles and understand the structure of SLR, and then ask me for papers, and I will upload the paper and then do the SLR. So in this SLR, you can see first it will ask me upload the paper, and it will ask me batch wise, because I can only upload 5 to 10 papers in one time. It will say that you cannot upload many. So I will upload 10 and it will ask me, do you want to upload more in the next batch or stop? If I say stop, then it will start analyzing and then create the themes. So this will do SLR for me. But technically, this SLR depends upon the articles that you upload. It will not do SLR through internet because it cannot access full version of papers. It can only access abstracts. So if you're doing SLR through abstract, it's only a thematic analysis or maximum a bibliometric analysis, not a SLR. So this SLR I developed myself. But technically, it's not a substitute to the classical way to do SLR, because I don't know if the ChatGPT is actually reading the articles or it's guessing, because for that I have to read the article and evaluate. And if I am reading it, why don't I do it myself then? Okay. Secondly, then I try to do one more integrated literature review method. For that, I gave some papers that are explaining how to do integrated literature review. So these are some examples that you can see here. Okay. So let me see if I have more questions. I think I have answered all of them. If you have any other, you can ask me. Otherwise, since the host told us that you can turn off the camera for a group photo, then you are welcome.
In the last greetings to Dr. Faiza Raza,
Yes.
For starting with a very seasoned speaker.
Yes.
So congratulations, Dr. Faiza. And
Thank you so much, Dr.
our
Thank you so
prayers
much,
are
Dr.
with
Shah.
you on this journey,
Thank you.
inshallah.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to ask one question, sir, from you. Like, what do you think is the biggest misconception researchers when using like AI tools like ChatGPT or like Claudial or whatever you have mentioned? So, in academic writing, what is the biggest misconception like, researchers can have?
Yeah, biggest misconception is uh, I have seen many students or even teachers ask me that can ChatGPT write a good application? Okay, I say that you have a person who has 100% access to the knowledge available online, and it has 100% memory, and you ask him to write a paragraph. It means you don't give give respect to that tool. So that tool is actually a scholar technically. So you ask him idea synthesis things, not write me a paragraph or write me bullet points. So if you don't ask him idea relevant things, what will happen is you are actually getting used to a tool and you are staying behind because the tool is not building your knowledge and you are becoming further dependent on the tool. So in future, what will happen is it will start feeding wrong information and you are depending on the wrong knowledge and it will carry on building up into a wrong foundation. So misconception is that it should be used as a yes.
Okay, so I just wanted to ask one question. So
Yes.
since in the UK, like we are talking about so much about ethical considerations.
Yes.
So what do you think, what ethical considerations should academics keep in mind when using AI generated outputs
Yeah.
in their
So
research papers or teaching materials? Like,
yeah. Firstly is don't copy paste from ChatGPT because by rule ChatGPT is also the owner of that document. So currently ChatGPT is not claiming that I am also owner and asking you to pay money. Let's say I write a research proposal and apply for funding and I get $1 million funding. ChatGPT can also claim that you get it from me, give me my share. Currently, ChatGPT is not
mhm,
claiming, but in the contract, if you study when you create an account, read the documentation, it shows you anything that you upload in ChatGPT or get it out of the ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a joint owner. So in the future, maybe it will be claimable. So that's why you don't try to copy paste, try to only learn and create your original documents. Otherwise, in the
mhm.
future, that's why even I don't upload my student thesis in the ChatGPT, even though
Yeah, that
uploading
was my
the
next question. If that's the case, so that means like whatever we are uploading is not safe as well,
yeah, you
right?
should not upload
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
ChatGPT consider it as ChatGPT's ownership, and in the future, ChatGPT can claim. So there's one
Mhm.
way that I learned recently. I will show it here again. That you can turn one setting off. So let me see. So go to your ChatGPT and go to your settings. From where you go. So from where yes, settings, and then there's an option, um, notification. There's an option that you stop ChatGPT to learn from my uploads. Let me
Mhm.
find where it was. Somebody told me, then I turned it off in my ChatGPT, but I don't know. Let me
Excuse
see.
me,
Yes,
Dr. Noman.
yes,
Why one is supposed to upload the thesis of his or uh,
yeah.
his
Some
student?
people, some people, what they do is they are research journal reviewers. They get a paper and they upload the paper to turn it in and ChatGPT and ask him to write me comments, and then they upload to the journal. So when they upload the article to turn it ChatGPT, even though the document is original written, now ChatGPT is also the co-owner. So this thing we should worry that we should not at least upload somebody else's document because we don't want him to get in trouble in the future.
Okay.
Also, sometimes what happens like for teaching like staff, so they do upload students' assignments on the ChatGPT or on these AI resources, so to get feedback for the
Yeah,
students. So that that many teaching staff is doing here.
yeah,
So maybe I'm sure they don't know about it as well.
yeah. So this will be a future concern. If the ChatGPT start to claim, then everyone will be in trouble because even everyone's documents are uploaded to ChatGPT. So for example, this option. So improve my model for everyone. So I turned it off. So it means if I upload my student thesis or my own paper, it will not use that information to transfer it to other GPTs. So I
Mhm.
turned it off. So you can turn this option off in your go into settings and go into data controls and turn it off. Then it means even if you upload any document, that memory will stay within your computer, does not go to other users. Okay. Otherwise, in the future, there will be similarity because the knowledge is still writing style is still limited.
Yeah.
Okay. So the future is that you need to learn how to make ChatGPT as your search partner, not a servant that you or not a leader that you ask him and he gives you and then you accept as it is.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so very much, sir. So if we don't have any further questions, so if you have any further questions, please.
So Elite Maps is a good tool, but it also depends upon the seed paper. If you maybe search me on YouTube, I have videos for all of these tools that you mentioned. But why I don't use it? Because what I experienced is that ChatGPT cannot 100% read the article. It mostly guesses. So I try to avoid too much guessing. I try to limitize and sometimes also read the articles and or at least read the abstract what the article is about so that when the Turnitin is ChatGPT is giving me summary, I know that is it accurate or not. Uh, I don't go too much dependent on it.
Dr. Noman, what about if we go to the specified AI tools like SciSpace and
Yes.
the Research Rabbit, who are actually specialized in,
Yeah.
making the literature review and uh,
Yes.
do
So
do they do the same as ChatGPT
no,
or?
no. They are more specialized, but it depends upon what you are doing. Actually, my field is quantitative methods. In that quantitative method, literature review is not an important portion. Nobody reads what kind of articles you are coding. They only see what methods are there, are the results applied or relevant to the theory. So if you are doing a literature review study, then you can go towards the litmaps and SciSpace and Research Rabbit. But because one thing that ChatGPT can do, which does not lead to AI, that is coding. You upload the data file and tell him to do the coding and generate me the output. Even if you copy the output, does not go into AI because it's a code. You are not showing the code. So my expertise are in that side that I try to generate coding. I try to make mobile apps using or web apps using ChatGPT. So there's nothing text thing that I'm copying. So there's no AI.
अच्छा, वो मुझे उसके लिए क्या करूँगी? That's good. So there is another question. Sir, will the same applies about ownership if we just take feedback on our model or estimation techniques?
So yeah, so don't copy your writer. Just say that I've used this model and this was my data. Give him a context and then ask him, is this method suitable? It will tell. No, no, don't upload everything. Or upload your rough version, but don't upload the final version.
Okay, thank you so very much, sir. Since we are exceeding our time limit from 23 minutes, so I think it's a good time to
I
wrap
was
it up.
mentally ready for 2 hours, so I am
Yeah,
still 7 minutes. Okay.
that's okay. If we have more questions, so we can continue with that.
Or the host is here, and if there is more question, she can forward to me, and I can answer later on.
I have shared the email address in the chat box. So if there are any further questions about this topic, so you can
I
definitely
will
send
try
it
to.
to
Yes.
yeah. So thank you so very much everyone for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure to host this session on prompt engineering for AI-based research. And I'm truly grateful to Dr. Noman Arshad for sharing such valuable insights for us. This session is just one step in our journey at Islamic Finance Review to bring innovative and relevant academic conversations to the forefront. And your presence today makes it all worthwhile. So before we end, just a quick reminder: if you'd like to receive a certificate of participation, so please fill in the form shared in the chat box. We hope to see you again at our future webinars and events. Thank you once again, and take care.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Thank you, Faiza. Nothing.
99523796.